Hey strong people, Beck here from StartingStrongman.com, and I want to go over some of the news this week which caused a little bit of controversy and is actually very big news. And the most important part about all this was glossed over from just about everyone. I mean, I had people that messaged me that were saying, what do you think about this? They don't agree with it. They think it's whatever. And I pointed out a part in the post that I circled, which I'm pulling up right now, and I said, but did you see this? And I'm like, wow, what is that? That sounds really cool. And what it was is Strongman Corporation posted on their event page and on Facebook that it says right here, huge announcement, the top 50% of each weight class for the upcoming 2019 Strongman Corporation National Championships will qualify for the 2020 Arnold Strongman World Championships. So basically what that's saying is the top 50% in every weight class that are going to amateur nationals will qualify for the amateur world championships at the Arnold, something that's been going on for quite a few years and is pretty much the pinnacle of amateur strongman, in the world. And it definitely set a precedent. When I competed for the first time in 2013, and it was the first time that anyone else but heavyweight men were allowed to compete. Compete as a 175, and it was a huge deal. I'm going to go into that a little bit more, but I want to point out the second part, which I guess people just glanced over, probably because the top is all in caps. It says huge announcement, the top 50%, and then it goes in there, and then that's all anyone read, it seems like. The second paragraph says, this is in an effort to make the Arnold bigger, since we will have a new arena style setup and location at the Arnold. All strongman, including professionals, will be happening in the new strongman arena. Due to this change, there will be no late entry penalty for nationals, and the registration date will extend to the 25th. And here's the post right here, if you can see it. So basically, I've commented in multiple videos in the past when covering the Arnold, especially this year, and at the subsequent other Arnolds other than the Arnold Ohio, which is the Arnold. Everything else is then the Arnold whatever, the Arnold Australia, that the strongman competitions are starting to overshadow the rest of the expo. And this is my opinion. Of course. So I could be wrong. I could be slightly biased. I asked my bodybuilding friends, I was like, hey, all I saw everywhere was clips of, Martins and Thor and all the strongman at the Arnold, Thor trying to deadlift, his big deadlift on the elephant bar, and Martins on the wheel of pain going like this, and then he got second, and, Novikov on the Husafel, and, all these big performances. That's all I saw everywhere. And then like whoever won the bodybuilding show, I saw like 2. And of course I do follow more people in just strongman in the industry. So I'm like, man, strongman's getting big. Like people said it wasn't even worth watching it just because it was so crowded. So they're getting, and I was like, there needs to be something. I think I said something to the effect like Rogue's building their new stadium, maybe hold it there. It needs to be in an arena. And guess what? It's going to be. So they're taking the top 50% from each weight class in the amateur nationals, because I assume it's going to be in a bigger area. They want more participation. They want to make sure that more people, that there's enough athletes to fill it and make it worthwhile for the Arnold investing so much more in strongman, which it sounds like they're doing. They're building an arena. Like that means here, we've seen arenas, like it's been standing room only with just a stage, and then it's just kind of awful viewing now. It was bad when I used to go in 2013, and now it's just really bad how popular strongman's got. Like I told people, you have to show up at the event probably 90 minutes beforehand just to get a good view, or else you might as well just watch it here on YouTube. So if that's the case, so people are worried that it's watering down the Arnold Amateur World Championships. It's getting too easy to qualify for. And I understand, because I barely qualified the first year. I mean, but there's a point I'm gonna make with that, and you know, it is if it's taking the top 50%, that's pretty much taking everyone from. It's taking a good amount of the people from amateur nationals. I don't really think the point is to get more people to go to amateur nationals. From talks I've had with people in Strongman Corporation, their goal isn't to get 800 people to compete at nationals. They want it to be a prestigious event. Does it make, so the athletes competing, if they want to qualify for the Arnold, that's some of their lifelong goals in Strongman. They want to make sure that is a viable goal, that it's not just like something like, everyone, you get an Arnold. That I saw the memes too. And that might, and it might cheapen it slightly, but the best are still going to win. And I don't think it's really raised it up that much. Maybe in heavyweight men and 105 kilo men, where there's been lots of participation in nationals, it's going to end up in a lot more. But for every other weight class, so the first year I went, it was said there was going to be top 3 or top 4. I don't really remember. Then at the rules meeting the day before, they announced it was going to be top 10. And things like this have constantly happened in the past. And they always, they'll pick the top 20%, but then between people getting injured, people not ending up wanting to sign up for the Arnold, for, whatever, they couldn't afford it, whatever, they keep going down the list. And by the end of it, I think it ends up being, like, if you got in the top 30, 40%, in your class, there's a good chance you're going to get invited anyways, and that's just kind of where this is. The one criticism, and I'm not completely sure that this is the case, that I would have, is that there needs to be a more, either more international invites to go along with this from different countries, or just more of like a, here's how you qualify if you live wherever, which I'm not exactly 100% sure on how you do that. Like, I know I have clients that are from Canada, and they've missed out on the Arnold because one person from each weight class got sent, and maybe now it's 2. But if we're taking the top 50% from America, we need to take at least top 3, 4 from Canada and Poland and whatever, and at least invite them. That would be my one criticism. So I sent an email to Dion, to Dion Masters of Strongman Corporation. Instead of assuming, I actually reached out, and she very quickly responded with some more details on what the whole Strongman Arena thing, because I think everyone kind of glanced over. They looked at that first part, they had a knee-jerk reaction, and then they went, and then they completely missed this whole thing where, there's going to be a Strongman Arena at the Arnold, and that's huge. And it says right here, this is the email she sent me. The only details I have so far is the facility is going to be set up arena style, which will be pretty cool. And the pro strongmen, pro strong women, and amateurs will be utilizing the space. So everyone's going to be competing together with a few exceptions, which she also mentions. It is going to be called the Strongman Area. I don't know if she meant arena. It says area, but it could be the Strongman Arena. They're still meeting to get more details, and I'll be sure to share it with you as it's shared with me as it goes. The Rogue Record Breakers will still be on the main stage on Sunday, and the Pro Strongwomen will also be doing an event at the Battle Grande and still on the Rogue stage. So there's going to be some events that are also on the Rogue stage as well, because it's sponsored. Hope this helps, and thanks for asking. Another thing, they will also be doing the 105 kilogram, which is 231 pound men, middleweight division, world championships. So they're going to start a division for the top 105 kilo athletes and pros to compete together at the Arnold. So that is huge news for the 105 division, that there's going to be a separate, it sounds to me like there's going to be a separate 105 kilogram pro class at the Arnold, and they're going to be competing with the heavyweight men, which, that's one of the most looked at, probably the most prestigious. I think it's probably eclipsed World's Strongest Man as one of the hardest titles. It's the hardest to qualify for. So if they set up the same kind of thing for the 105 kilogram class, that'll make that class so much bigger, and it's ripe to grow. Strongman's going to be in an arena, which sounds like it's somewhat separate from the rest of the expo, Of course, a lot of this is all speculation, but I am sharing this news with you, which I don't think a lot of people know, and I think it's a great thing. You know, it's basically showing that strongman itself is viable in itself. It doesn't. It's like it's outgrown the big expo. This is awesome, and there's going to be more opportunities for the 105 kilo. The amateurs and the pros all be in the same place, which is top 50%. I'm glad that it's announced a couple weeks ahead of time, so everyone knows. It's not announced after the fact or at the rules meeting. It's announced, 3 weeks or so until Strongman Corporation Nationals. The best athletes will still win, and they're trying to. And the main thing is to get the participation enough that they have this new strongman area, strongman arena, which just going to continue to make strongman grow and overtake and be the biggest attraction at the Arnold. It has its own damn area now. How cool is that? Hopefully the seating is better. It's a better fan experience for everyone. And if that means that they need to invite, a little bit last minute more amateurs to compete and qualify, then that's just all for the greater good of the sport. And I, for one, am excited. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any more information, be sure to let me know. And, for future information and stuff like this, be sure to like and subscribe and follow me at Kalle Lift and at Starting Strongman across social media.